I'm Cj Franco. I'm a model. I've been in Maxim, FHM, Sports Illustrated, GQ. I have my own clothing line called Neon Beige, and I dabble in some stand-up comedy. Today I'm here with Desirelist. I'm from Santa Cruz, California. It's like a surf town. It's also, I believe, the lesbian capital of the United States. Growing up, my family was like very into camping and hiking. My parents were super young when they had me, and my dad came out as gay when I was 1. And it wasn't really that surprising because he was a ballerina and a model. But I guess everyone hadn't put that together. And so I used to go visit him in San Francisco, and I remember he'd get stopped on the street, and people would be like, "Oh my God, I saw your runway show, like you're so amazing." I thought it was so cool, it was the coolest. And all his friends would like dress me up in like junk jewelry, and I'd practice my little runway walk. And I always wanted to be a model like him. And I asked him, as I got older, I told him, Dad, I really want to be a model. And he told me, he's like, "Oh, honey, like, no, you're not a model. You're gonna be smart like your mom." I showed him. So the biggest obstacle for me in modeling was that I'm not like 5'8". I'm a long 5'6", and by that I just mean that I look long. And that was something to overcome. I mean, most agencies won't take you if you're under 5'8". But I had to prove my father wrong. So I found that I'm very petite, and what worked for me was like catalog modeling, like Sears, like Junior's apparel. And I started getting these jobs. I mean, first people were offering me jobs when I moved to LA, and I was 18. And I thought like, well, this must be like one of those scams, or they're trying to kidnap me. And I didn't want to take work like that, so I finally got an agency. One of my friends set it up for me, and I started getting kind of a lot of catalog work. And I had just like 4 poses. I'll show you now. It was pretty much that. But I would do that for like 5 hours straight a day. I would do maybe 100 pieces. And I would get paid, like, not very well. Not as well as you think a model would get paid. I think at the most at that time I was getting $100 an hour. But I did it 5 days a week, and I got pretty good at it. So I've always been really into stand-up comedy, and I always thought I was kind of funny. But growing up, I had my friend Brianna, and of our group, she was definitely the funniest and definitely the person I thought would be a comedian. But unfortunately, she got really sick, and she passed away from cancer when we were 18. And so, I've been taking classes, and I'm a part of this group called Pretty Funny Women. And now I'm doing stand-up comedy, and now I'm the funny one because she's dead. So sad, but like also like I'm kind of winning. I've been lucky enough that I've been able to travel. I was with Maxim, France earlier this year. We went to the Bahamas. They flew me out. We went to Colorado, we went to Miami, and I was able to shoot for the magazine. I've been in Sports Illustrated, I've been in FHM, I've been in GQ, I've been in Esquire, Serbia. It took a long time, and I think what it really took is networking, and I don't think that I'm the best model in the world. I don't think I'm the prettiest girl. I don't think I'm, obviously not the tallest, but I have a great effing attitude. And once you get to know people and they realize, oh my God, she's really fun to work with, she's easy, she's only 15 to 20 minutes late, people are really excited and they know what to expect. So definitely those contacts and making friends with your photographer and being able to maintain those relationships, because even if a photographer isn't working for a company now, what they'll be doing in 6 months and who they think of when they ask, like, oh, who should we hire for this? I get most of my work from the photographers that I've worked with before. I was going to UCLA Extension, and I was taking a business entrepreneurship program, and I knew I really wanted to start a company, but what are people going to invest in? Like, what do people trust me with? What do I know the most about? And that's clothing. I know a lot about clothing. I do fit modeling, I've done catalog. And so I was modeling one day, and I was doing a fitness apparel, and it was just so it was not made by a woman. I knew the owner of the company who was designing the pieces. And he was asking me all kinds of questions, like, is this something that women like? Or should we bring this up? Or should we do cut out there? And he had no idea. And it's this, much older dude who's designing clothing for women and telling us what we're supposed to be wearing instead of somebody making it around a woman's body and what we find flattering. And so I decided that I want to start my own like yoga pant company, and I wanted to do it just so it was especially flattering. So it wasn't sheer, so you had everything covered and pushed up and sucked in the way that you want it. And that's when I started my company, Neon Beige. It was an education in itself, learning how to source the material, learning how to do cuts and samples and fittings, and oh my gosh, I thought it was going to be cute and easy. It was not cute I was stressed out. I looked haggard half the time. I mean, it was like probably like the worst thing, like the worst experience, like trying to start your own company. But everything I learned, I can teach. Everything I learned, I can put into any other brand, any other company. And even when I'm working for companies now, I have a lot more insight, and I think I'm a lot smarter now. For a while, I wasn't really able to balance owning a company and modeling, and I didn't really want to model for other people's workout companies. I learned to kind of balance it, and I started asking for help and hiring help and getting people like, hey, help me with the social media, help me with these photo shoots, because a lot of the time, even if I had a photo shoot for Neon Beige, I was so busy that I couldn't shoot it myself, and I looked crazy. I mean, just like unrecognizable. Like I just not like wet dog, like it was not cute, I couldn't do it. But once I realized, hey, if I bring help in, or if I have a photographer that I've worked with that knows what I'm trying to do, I don't have to micromanage. I don't have to be in charge of every aspect of my company. I have somebody that helps me with accounting and my books, because I am not that person. And so just being able to delegate some tasks, but still not lose control over like what's important and what needs attention to detail. I'm able to, now that I have more help, I have a distribution center, so they store and ship everything for me. But it took a while to figure everything out and to get there. And I think now especially I'm able to go and travel and do other shoots and bring my clothing and get some pictures in. But it took a long time to find that balance.